All right, folks. Hi, welcome to the channel. This is Mange Plays Live. I'm Mange. That's the moniker I go by. This is Baldur's Gate 3. We're going to be playing. You might notice in the title it says Mange Plays or Baldur's Gate 3. Mange Plays Live. Redo part take 3. Uh, Man, let me tell you. This is the first video of Baldur's Gate 3 that we're doing, but it's not the first take that we've done. In fact, I played for the first time. I played for about 6 hours, and the game footage was unusable. The only issue was my audio. And then since then, I had several issues with massive frame rate drop, and I didn't change anything. I have no idea, other than like my graphic card needed another update to play this game, and I think after that, I mean, it needed an upgrade at first, but now it needed another one, and since then, um, the Streamlabs has had a difficult time. I don't know, encoding the game. In fact, that's the error message I keep getting, is encode like frame rate drop, and it's due to encoding. So I've done everything I can just about to do whatever it is that I need to do on Streamlabs to mitigate that issue. I think the quality of the video is going to suffer a little bit, but if that means that the frames aren't going to drop, then so be it. So this is the redo part take 3, however you want to do. I have some self-imposed rules that are very arbitrary that I've made for myself. This is like my first redo. Just so we don't waste any more time, let's get into it. I have them listed here. The first rule of the rules of redo: save may be spammed to maintain continuity of the original run. What does that mean? That means that in my first 6-hour run, that's the canonical save. That's the canonical gameplay that I want to go with, because I put kind of like my heart and soul into it. I really enjoyed playing it, and I don't want to really approach this from a different way of playing, just for the sake of having a second chance at starting it over again. I really want this to count as my first playthrough, so we're gonna just basically follow my steps the first time I tried playing, even though that footage wasn't usable. Second rule: opportune drops and bonuses that did not occur in the original run are still fair game. So if some kind of legendary item drops, or you know, I don't know, anything particular value that I stumble across that I didn't stumble across the first playthrough, I'm not going to discard it just because I didn't find it the first time. Those are still fair game. Why not? And third, adhere to the original order of events / exploration that occurred during the original run. That just means I'm going to, by memory, go and explore the map doing it the first way I did. And you're going to see that might be by necessity, because I had failed some checks to get through certain doors. I'm not going to go through those doors even if there's an opportunity to pass those checks this time. I'm going to try to follow the map the same way I did, just to keep things canonical, bump into the same characters that I bumped in at the times that I bumped into them, and that's pretty much what we're going to do. So these are my self-imposed rules, and those are what we're going to follow up until we get to the point, up until we get to the point where we had left off, to the best of my memory. So with that being said, let's get this going. We're going to watch the opening cinematics. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just allow the game to generate whatever character it feels like generating. I think the default character is like Tav, and it's like a female elf or something, just for the sake of getting the cinematics. And then we're going to load my first autosave, which in this game is autosave 0, which is the save that automatically does like right at the beginning of the game. Like literally the game starts for you. That's the autosave. The nice thing about this game is it doesn't delete your autosaves or overwrite them. So what we're going to do is we're going to click new game. We're going to choose the balanced difficulty, because we're not trying to punish ourselves on the first run. And we're going to enjoy the opening cinematics. And I got my fingers crossed. It's already looking good on my end that we do not have a frame rate drop. I think I might have fixed the problem, and honestly, I'm really happy if we did. After the cinematics, I'll go into briefly what I think the issue was and what I did to resolve it. Also got my big jug glub and gulp here. Drinking my soda. Dude, look at those Lovecraftian monsters. I don't really remember any like Lovecraftian inspired assets in the first Baldur's Gate. But I was also a kid. I didn't get to like really the end of the game. I did like one time. And it was a long time ago. Ooh. Gross. Nope. So gross. Gets me every time. Okay, we're doing well so far. Ugh, gross. But this is what happened my last take. The cinematics were smooth without a hitch. But when the gameplay started, that's when things went to crap. We are whatever you do by default because it doesn't matter. It's like, whose line is it anyway? Well, we're going to load in my character that I made once the cinematics are done. The mind transfer jutsu. Look at that thing. That looks a lot like Florence, Italy. I've never been, except for an Assassin's Creed. Nah, who is it? Been so many years. I'll say here, but not Lorenzo. Enzo? I'm losing it, man. Details are starting to get blurry as the years go by. I know he's Auditore is his last name, but Enzo Auditore. Man, somebody's like yelling at their screen right now. Sorry, it's been so long. And there was so many, I mean, you've got Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, then you've got the third one with him. Bunch. I used to know these by heart. Whatever, different franchise.
Spicy.
Popping the base shell. Revelations. Assassin's Creed Revelations. Ezio the Auditore. See, it's when you're not thinking about it. That's when you remember. Yeah. Oh, hey. You mind letting me out? Ooh. giant number 3. It's the Monster Energy logo. Okay, moment of truth here. Reload. Okay, we're not. How many? You can see I've done this 3 times already. Mange. Autosave 0. Load game. Okay, so this is the character I made. As far as the aesthetics go, I kind of just really went with what they auto-generated. I did narrow it down to race, or at least I chose like the generated male character of the race that I liked, which is like the dark elf, the Dur, or whatever they call him in this game. But his features are pretty much whatever. I made a couple alterations, but not really. Yeah, more so his class, some of his bonuses. That I had a little bit more of a saying over. Okay. Sorry, just checking my feed, making sure nothing's stuttering. So, from experience, I do know if you hold the Alt key on the keyboard, anything that is containing items will be highlighted on your screen. Like this Mind Flare, for example.
Traps.
See what he's got inside. Oh, nice little gem. I'll take that.
Good.
What I'm saying, dude. Nice. Potion of healing and gold. All very useful items. Try to stay away from the scorched ground.
Keep going.
That will cause burn damage. Nice in combat. So this I'll do just to kind of demonstrate a little bit if you're new to the game or you haven't played before.
From the parasite now writhing behind your eye.
So there is a narrator. I'm not exactly sure, but I think passing skill checks contributes to your experience points. At least I'm hoping. So I don't want to pass up an opportunity to flex my skills, such as investigate the pool. Now there will be a dice check. Basically, you have a 20-sided die, and then there's a number given to you, and if you roll anything below that, you'll fail. If you roll that number or higher, you will pass the action that you're trying to accomplish. My character has a bonus of 1 intelligence, so whatever the outcome of this dice is, you can add 1 more point to that. So if it's a 10, and it'll add 1 extra point and make it an 11. But it's contextual, because sometimes you have weaknesses, and the thing is, like, say my weakness is strength, and it's saying, you know, you need to roll a 10 to pass this strength check. But I might have -1, so let's say I roll a 10 and 10 is required. Well, -1 makes it 9, and now I fail. So that's kind of how the system works. But I'm gonna do that to flex my investigation skills. Clearly a fail.
You notice nothing more than meets the eye.
Would have been nice, but we want to get the game moving along, and this isn't one of those instances where I need to spam save to kind of canonically get what I want. But it would tell you that the pool is fragile, and it looks like a touch could maybe destroy it. So, you know, you might think that's a good idea. I'll do that right now. Oh, look, I took 3 damage. Not a good idea. But then that also forces you to examine your surroundings and investigate, and what you'll find in this room with really no threat in it is that you can heal at these restoration stations. Now you're going to keep your eye open for these things.
Better.
That you do. Okay. There isn't anything that this room has to offer. Those pods don't really reveal anything. Big sphincter. Okay. Look around. They should be looting. Okay. Your ears aren't deceiving you. That is a voice that you hear. This neural apparatus. See, I actually took the long way around the first time. I actually just discovered this a few minutes ago that this is an elevator. You guys are gonna like this. This is freaky. Freaky, freaky.
Yes, you've come to save us from this place. From this place you'll free us.
The exposed brain quivers in expectation.
Please. Before they return. They return.
Who am I talking to?
A newborn. Born new from this husk.
You realize you're talking to an intellect devourer, a minion of the mind flayers who abducted you.
So what the game just did is it rolled a dice in the background without me having any control over it. Basically deciding if there's a skill that I have that could provide some kind of insight on the situation, it would pass. In this instance, because of my character's history, because you can kind of, based on like what your race your character is and what their job is, you get unique backstories. And in my particular instance, actually, it's really more of an intelligence thing. But my character has he's intelligent, so he has a degree of wisdom. I guess wisdom is technically a separate thing in this game. But my point is, he has some experience with recognizing magic, arcana, and its history. And according to his knowledge, he realizes what he's talking to, which is an intellect devourer. So that's pretty cool. I think you're past the point of saving. Tell me what to do.
Remove us from this body. From this case.
Oops, sorry.
Please.
Alright guys, sorry. I do apologize. It looks like what I changed to my settings is doing the trick. I just want to pull up my chat clients, the pop-out chat clients for Twitch and Facebook, so I don't miss your chats, because out of frustration, I've had them closed just so I'm not using up too much like GPU. But I think it's safe to pull those things up now. And then I can get back to the game. So far, yeah, everything looks smooth. So, yeah, if you have any comments, I'll try my best to read them during the stream. I do get kind of sucked into the game, and even though my monitor with your chats are right in front of my face, I don't always notice them. Alright, actually, this is cool. Alright, so we've got a couple options if we feel like helping this brain. Strength. I actually know for a fact that strength is not one of my strengths. I'm kind of weak, not weak in the strength department, but I don't really have like a high strength. Dexterity is definitely something I have, but so I have dexterity and intelligence, and I think investigation. I could destroy the brain, but with so many options to help, plus, you know, I have a little experience because this is a redo of my first playthrough. I'm deciding to help the brain. I'm going to investigate and do a dice check. Okay. What do we roll? 19 plus 1 intelligence. That's a 20. That's a definite success. It only had to be above 10, but...
You notice edema, a swelling of the brain causing pressure where it strains against the shell of the skull.
Now, I could just break the skull. Attempt a cerebral, staying mindful of the swelling. Yeah, I mean, why not? Cool. Okay, so I have an advantage, a situational advantage. The game is providing me with 2 dice. That's 2 chances to try to get higher than a 10. Now, the scores aren't going to combine, but whatever the highest roll is the one that's going to count. I have a +1 to wisdom, and I have an advantage in the situation. I think probably because I used my intelligence to examine the situation at hand. Let's give the dice a roll. Oh man, we were going to pass no matter what. I can use that luck a little later in the game, man. Sometimes you just roll like crud. That luck, man. I've been there.
The brain lifts from the skull, but you notice an opportunity. You could cripple the strange creature, making it more subservient should it prove a threat.
Now, this is... Sorry, guys, but this is something I did want to talk about. I haven't mentioned it this time, but that's because this is like the third time we've tried to play this, but without technical error. This game, the people who made Baldur's Gate, I just want you to know that they will honeypot you. Not all the time, but this is a moment to teach. With mildly irritating consequences, but not the end-all be-all of consequences. I have an opportunity now with the brain in hand, before it does anything, to injure it, to make it weak. Just in case it becomes a problem later. Sounds logical, sounds tempting. We're in a situation where why would we trust this brain? But, spoiler, I happen to know for a fact that the brain doesn't do anything to hurt us, and in fact, it's not with the party for a very long time. It is for a little bit, but you know, it's not going to be with us for more than a couple of minutes going forward. So, but it is very helpful, and by injuring it, I would actually be kind of shooting myself in the foot. But it is very tempting to, especially look at, they give you a check and everything. Like, you want to try to pass that check. I'm going to spare the creature, even though it's the option at the bottom and seems like the one you least want to do. Especially when it does stuff like that. My God.
Our freedom is ours, friend.
The creature pauses, listening. Something behind your eyes seizes in recognition.
We must go to the helm. At the helm, we are needed.
What's at the helm?
Tenses, as though querying an unseen advisor.
Do you not hear it? We will not survive here. We are needed to navigate. We are needed to leave this realm.
What should I call you?
Us. We are us.
Okay. Nice to meet you, us. Alright.
To the helm we go.
Enough
We are
chit
going
chat.
To the helm.
We've got a lot of gameplay to catch up on. Jeez, first it was Lovecraftian, now it's like guy that made the Necronomicon there. The guy from Aliens. Oof, sorry, let me toggle.
Let's move. Never a dull moment.
There we go. Alright. Us will make their way down. Excuse me. Who are you?
Abomination. This is your end.
Your head throbs and your skin tingles. Visions rush past. A dragon's wing, a silver sword, and a flash of your face seen through the strange woman's eyes.
Oh. My head. What is this? Together, we might survive.
Sounds like a plan. What made you think I was a thrall?
We carry mind flayer parasites. Unless we escape, unless we are cleansed, our bodies and minds will be tainted and twisted.
Should I give the character like a
Within
voice?
days, we will be gay. Mind flayers.
What made you think I was a thrall? He doesn't look like he would have that voice. I don't know. We'll find it. We will find it. We've got like 200 hours of gameplay to get it. Okay. All right. We're turning to mind flayers. There must be something we can do.
We can do nothing until we escape. That must be our priority. First, we exterminate the imps.
Yum.
Then we find the helm and take control of the ship.
Freaking imps.
As for that thing, it will remain tame as long as it believes we are thralls.
You know
It may
a lot.
be of use in the fight to come.
All right, combat. Here we go. I happen to have a little experience in this, so I'll give everybody the quick rundown. All right, so there are 3 members in my party. Me, this new female, and us, the brain. It's almost, I've never played XCOM, but I know like about it. This is somewhat of an XCOM style of gameplay, role playing. As you can see with following my mouse, there's a distance listed in meters. There's a white line. Once that line turns red, you cannot move that. Like, you can move as far as the white line. That's your path. You'll stop once it turns red. Like, that's the point where you're going to stop. So there's a certain amount of movement you can do per turn, and there is a certain number of actions you can do per turn. And I'm not exactly sure, but I think if you use up too much, if you move too many times per turn, you will not have any points left to do an action. But for the most part, I think you can pretty much walk the furthest you can walk on your first turn and still manage to do an attack. My character only has a melee weapon at the moment. Luckily for us, the first enemy, this imp, is within walking range and should leave enough points for us to perform an action. So I'm holding the cursor over this imp. You can see that there is a sword icon indicating melee. There is an avatar of my character performing some kind of melee attack. And there is a percentage that says 95, and that is the chance of the percentage of a chance that my attack will land successfully. So without further ado, let's go ahead into this. 6 points plus 10 experience. I finished my turn. Okay. So there isn't, I could move. It said my turn ended, but where there's this button here on the HUD at the bottom right, this is end turn. I actually have, there's a blue meter, and I could continue moving. I don't have to end the turn. I don't have any attacks left, and it's suggesting I end the turn, but that's not necessarily the case. I don't have to. I could position my character advantageously. In this instance, not necessary. Once it's my character's turn again, I can get close enough to this imp if I want to attack it. But when it becomes the turn of this imp, he might want to come up to me and attack. So it's a little bit of a game of making him have to come to me, because he might choose a different character to attack too. I don't necessarily want to give him any ammunition when it comes to making his own decisions, so I will end turn. And now we are our new friend here. She's too far to do anything. Oh, well, she happens to have a long sword, and her melee attack has a long range. So she doesn't have to be as close as I had to be to perform my attack. And in this instance, she can cover the ground and succeed in the attack. I think they do this on purpose, honestly, the devs. And turn, and us has the longest range of walking, but he's still just shy on movement. So what I'm going to do is plant him right here, or her, whatever us identifies as, and end the turn. Our last imp here, probably shoot a fireball to miss, and
Hope your soul is
go
in
into
good
the
health.
strike. And that's combat in a
You proved
nutshell.
surprisingly adequate in battle. Now, to the helm.
You said it. Okay, well, first off, let's look around a little bit. A lot of containers here. I referred to corpses as containers. Void bulb. It's like a grenade that draws enemies onto itself. So, like, if there's a group, you can actually suck all the enemies to like a single point, and that's good if you want to like cast an area of effect spell, or throw it on like a puddle of oil and then hit that puddle with like a flame spell or a flaming arrow. So these are useful. They have their use. I'm gonna grab it. Things I don't need. My character, the scimitars that we're gonna get on this ship, and subsequently probably after we exit the ship, do the same damage as the sword I have, but I have a class bonus with this sword, and I do not have class bonuses with scimitars. But I will pick them up, because what we're going to do is we're going to sell them the first chance we get to get more gold, which is always a good thing. It's a good thing. Oh,
Not now. We must go to the helm.
yep. You're right. Ooh, a crossbow. Now, I'm excited about that. Ooh, another one. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a dead thrall. Ooh, another imp. Ooh, a dead thrall. Whatever.
At the ready.
Nobody needs to heal, but why not?
The ship won't be able to take another dragon attack. We need to get out before it's too late.
Yes, but hear me out. The eye for inventory. You gotta love it. Okay, so leather armor, 11 defense. I did pick up. Let's see, auto equipped it. Oh, camp supply sack. Chain. Oh, simple robe. That actually is less defense. We're just gonna leave that be. I am, however, going to equip a light crossbow. Not to sound like an old timer, but in the first Baldur's Gate, you needed to have arrows in your inventory. A lot like, I mean, some people might remember RuneScape a bit better than they remember the first Baldur's Gate. I'm just old enough to remember the first Baldur's Gate. But that's something that RuneScape kind of borrowed from Baldur's Gate. You used to have arrows. Now this is a lot like Diablo, where you just have to have the weapon equipped, and you'll have the bolts or the arrows you need. Okay, so we're getting to our where I would like to save. I think there's a cutscene coming on.
Istik, back! Touch nothing without knowing its purpose.
Yeah, but like, F it, do me safe. It's okay. So, I actually, what I had done was I pushed this button, and these guys like woke up, and then I died fighting them. So then I like pushed this button the second time. So canonically, whatever, I'm gonna go with this button. And they're dead. Pick all. Set up this backpack. All. Alright, let's talk. Shadowheart.
We have no time for stragglers.
I don't know. No time. Look around. Look for a latch that might open the lid.
Construction is too alien. Nothing looks familiar.
I like
This
the look of
ship
doubt.
is crashing. Do you intend to die for a stranger?
Drow, you might as well be trapped. See, this is where I separate myself from the expectations of my race in this world. You might as well be trapped in demon webs. There's no helping you. That's a like a race-based answer, and you know what? My character is unique. That's my lore. Plus, I mean, you speak through your actions. So my actions aren't going to be what's expected. I'll go look around. There must be some way to get that thing open.
Try that contraption next to the pod. They did something to it when they sealed me in. Hurry! Please!
The console appears dormant.
That it does. Look for a switch
The
or release.
mechanisms are completely unrecognizable at first, but then you spy an empty socket.
Alright, leave. So, believe it or not, at this point, I did a bit of examining of this room. Oh, actually, there's some pretty good loot right here. Hold on. Locked. Don't worry, I'll get into it. Dark Mind, we'll take that.
Brain in a jar.
Faint images appear in your mind. A brain, a Githyanki warrior,
Where's
and
this necklace?
centuries
There we
of
go.
darkness.
Okay. It's locked now, but it's not going to be locked forever. My point, yeah, so at this point, actually, I saw this door, I examined the map, and I had kind of figured that this was the, because it says reach the helm, was where I needed to go. And obviously, if I'm trying to help her, and there's a door here, and it's not where we need to go, then I put two and two together, and
Let's see.
I had figured out that maybe this is where we want to go in order to not progress the game and leave her behind. And lo and behold, an elaborate key. Spoiler alert, that's the one for the chest that we were just
How many
looking
hosts
at.
of these gay infected?
Dazed woman is trapped inside the pod. She doesn't notice you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a favor and not interfere, because there's nothing I can do with these controls that do anything positive for her, and I'll just put it that way.
This might unlock those controls next to the pod.
Go. Take everything. Okay, so I did succeed in this. We're gonna save because we're invoking the rules of the redo. We need to follow the canonical path that I had taken the first playthrough before I had technical issues. So if I fail my check,
The
we're gonna
console
spam
appears dormant.
the reload only because it's part of the rules of the redo. Insert the rune to the socket, as one does.
The console hums to life.
Take a closer look at the power. I was like to get some extra experience. Come on, baby. Excellent.
The pulsing glow and organic lines of the device make it seem more like a beating heart than a machine. Perhaps it will open the nearby pod.
Maybe.
Suddenly, you feel a hideous squirming in your head. A parasite. Then discomfort fades, and another sensation washes over you. Connection. Authority.
Illithid. Being Planted with a mind flare, tadpoles of fate worse than death. Alright. So it's 2 actually. Wisdom. Looks like I'm gonna get a bonus if I choose this option from wisdom. Alright. Will the pod to open. You're gonna laugh, but I passed this the first time, and then in the second take I failed. I got like a 1. 8. Still passing, baby. But that's the thing about tabletop games. You could fail like that. You're like, oh, a 2? I'm gonna get it. And then you get like a 1.
And yield to it. A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated.
Nice. Shadowheart.
I thought that damn thing was going to be my coffin. Thank you.
Your mind lurches into her thoughts. Her gratitude is mixed with wariness, because you have a gift with you.
You keep dangerous company.
Do you feel dangerous company is what you need in a fight?
Fair point. Looks like there's plenty of fighting ahead. Let me come with you. We can get off this ship and watch each other's backs along the way.
Did you feel that just before? We were in each other's heads.
I did. It must be because of those parasites they put in us. But that'll have to wait. Are we going to help each other or not?
Sure. I'm Mange, by the way.
Shadowheart. One moment.
What was that?
It's nothing. Trust me.
Enough of this chatter. We need to get to the helm. Now.
You are
She's
right, though.
right. Lead on.
Okay. I don't think anybody needs to heal. I don't know about Shadowheart, but my
We are nearing the helm. Once inside, do as I say. Who put you in charge? I'll trust my own judgment.
I'm the party leader. How about we just do what I say? I bought the game after all. Okay, we have an autosave. Ooh. What a way to go. So these tieflings are just some kind of hellspawn.
Connect the nerves of the transponder. We must escape. Now.
Do it. We will deal with the Geich after we escape.
Connect the nerves. Nerves. We will connect them.
Alrighty.
This thing's falling fast. Got to right it.
Okay. Oh. Well, really? Might as well, I guess.
Mistress's wrath.
Get it out of the way, right?
Life comes easy these days.
75%. Nah, I'll
Let's
go
get
in.
this over with.
Okay. Rain, I want you to go here. Now enter.
Make way.
It's alright. Our end game is to get to the end of the room. But I
Nothing will stand in my way.
don't mind
Breathe deep and move.
taking as many imps out in the process as I can.
I am fury. I am death. Moving.
Survival is all that matters. Wonder if the gods are watching me. What's hiding here?
Bubblegummy.
I am fury. I am death. On the move.
Stop. It's now or never.
It's clear. Hurry before they strike.
I mean, we're all working on it. Oh wow, I just found out I can skip things with the spacebar.
Something good here, I hope.
Cool. Ranged. And we'll take a little pop shot. Excellent. Not really any ranged options with us.
Can't be true.
Okay.
Have to keep going.
I won't give in. Time to press ahead.
Nice.
I will ascend.
Oh, that hound's dead, huh?
Make way.
Okay.
Another fight. Let's go. One day I'll catch a break.
Yeah, I mean, everyone can get really close, but I want my character to be the one that touches the transponder. I kind of overachieved here.
Your turn now.
Oh, whoa!
Come a little closer.
I mean, these guys were supposed to enter the room, but, that's never happened before. I guess I shouldn't have messed around.
On I go.
Where do I go from here?
The helm's alien transponder. You've made it in
What's up
time.
first for me? I just wanted to see my character in the cinematic. I've never had that thing kill the Mind Flayer before. And then turn its attention to me. Now that's a tiefling. Looks like we're going down. Well, that's mysterious. Like I said, this is a redo. I still don't know what happened there. Must not have been comfortable sleeping on that crossbow.
As you wake, the tadpole squirms in your skull.
Nice. All right. Check yourself for injuries before you riggedy wreck
Other
yourself.
than the infection, you're more or less intact. A miracle, given everything you've been through. But it'll all be for nothing if you don't find help soon. The tadpole is a death sentence, and the clock is ticking. You need a cure.
Agreed. Alrighty. So, where are we at? We're in just a little bit. I want to grab a snack. We're gonna do this for the long haul tonight. It's Sunday night, and we're gonna really dive into it. I want to get a quick snack real quick, if you guys don't mind. So, just BRB. Give me like a minute. I'll be right back in a sec. Okay. Ooh. All right, folks, we're back. No need to fret. Cool. So we've been doing keto. All I have in the house is keto snacks. I do have some carbs, but we're not gonna, like, I hid those for myself. I didn't hide them. I know where they are, but point is to not eat them, right? These little, like, pepperoni things I got from the grocery store. Like a mozzarella stick and pepperoni wrapped around it. I'll take it. Okay. Let's get to it. This is where we fell out of the ship. Clearly, things did not go well for this ship. Still somewhat alive. It is pulsating, but for the most part, not looking good. Ooh, okay. Hey, Shadowheart. Good to see you, girl. How you doing? That thing. If you don't remember, she did grab something out of while we were on the ship. I asked her about it and told me go kick rocks. I could reach for the artifact, but canonically I went to wake her first. I have the feeling reaching for it would wake her, but when you try to wake her, she's like hard to wake up.
You're
Like
alive.
that.
I'm alive. How is this possible?
I was hoping you would know.
I remember the ship. I remember falling. Then nothing.
Bad nights like that. Let's see. You have any idea where we are?
No, I don't recognize this place. But anything's an improvement on where we just came from.
This is
First
true.
things first, we need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
We? You want to stay together? What happened to our gift friend?
You might want to reconsider calling her a friend. Looks like she ran off without us.
You want to stick together?
We need each other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't
True.
think of better company.
Aw, thank you. That means a lot. Alright then. You've won me over. Let's go.
One thing, just before we go. I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
Piper liked that. See. Oh. Hold on. Mangled fisherman. One worth taking. He's not using it anymore. Ooh, barrel. See what's in that? Nothing else. Ouch.
Let's have a look.
Let us. A hat? Yeah, I don't remember picking up a hat last time.
Might be
Boom.
useful.
Mirror grass. Unlocked a recipe. Now, there's a book here called Shanties for the Bitch Queen. I read it.
Fresh water.
Actually,
There must be a
aren't
settlement
really
nearby.
fun to sing. Perfumed letter. Open inventory. Gonna guess that says sigh. I love you. There, I said it. And if you meet tomorrow, I'll say it again and again and keep on saying it till we're old and gray. So let's do it. Let's go to Baldur's Gate. I know it's risky, but so's staying here. The last few months have been hard, but they're always a little easier when you're there. Leave your boat and meet me at the hill overlooking the old bridge. Bring whatever you can carry. We'll make do with the rest. Don't be late. Love, Anna. Anna. Well, too late. Time to say goodbye. Oh, a dead fisher. Oh no. Okay, activate this waypoint. I think that's how it works. I do have lock picking equipment, but I actually failed to get through this door the first time. It was once I had, so this door is sitting this is the base of a chapel. If you go forward, I think there's a way for me to get the camera up here. There we go. There's more to the chapel here, as you can see. In fact, there's there's also some of it over here. Yeah, there is a distance on how the camera can actually travel. Let me see if I can trick it though. Here we go. Yeah, so there's some distance you can go over here too. I eventually unlocked this door, but I didn't at this point in the story, and therefore I'm not going to make an attempt on doing that. These both paths, this path here and this path here both lead the same way, but I'm going to go this way just to loot some more stuff that I had left behind.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Okay, so this is where we're gonna maybe do a save. In case this fight goes south, don't really want to have to reload too far. Maybe I can get to this commoner.
More of those wretched things.
Oh. Yep. Okay. Time to kick it off. Where do they go? Or they were like just standing right up here. There we go.
Better stay back.
Okay, so there's an advantage to the high ground with archery, I guess. Here you go. Dash. I think we're all capable of using dash. It gives you, allows you to travel further. I think there's a disadvantage. The advantage is that it lets you walk further. Like it gives you more points to travel. But there's a disadvantage to it too, and I think it's like has to do with like your action points. But we definitely have enough oh, if I walk through the flames, I'm not going to be doing so well. So let's start with the, this one. See, these intellect powers are definitely not fun things to fight. Another thing too, and if you're like in the range of an enemy, like I am right here, if I choose to walk away or run away, it will present an opportunity to your enemy to get a free strike on you by hitting you in the back. So at this, you would not want to walk away because they'll get a free hit on me. It's best to end my turn and allow my other character to have a chance at throwing an action. Excellent. And we both leveled up, which I think I can't apply until the end of the battle, but it's not a big deal.
Path lies
Here,
before me.
better advantage. Now you come to me. Excellent. Okay, both 85% chance of hitting. You already have some damage. Turn. A critical miss. Oh. Damn. Guess I'll just have to take the hit. Ooh, that was probably should have made her drink a potion.
You tried well.
There we go.
Perhaps our survival isn't
15
such a
points of
distant
damage. That's like a critical hit. Short rest. Level gained. Leveling up will increase my health, so it won't heal me, but it'll give me more points to my health. We're going from 10 health points to 17. Some new class features. We have an extra spell slot. Divinity charges. Actions turn undead. That's a new spell. Invoke duplicity. That's actually pretty handy. I used that at one point. I don't need to make a decision on which spells we need to use because it's. I think these two actions take up spell slots, so.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Fireball, nice. You know, she said spells, and I haven't even taken advantage of them because she's just good at melee. Shield of Faith. I could have been protecting myself from attacks, increasing my armor. All these options, you know. I've been silly.
Me yet.
They will.
Okay. So I know there's a path up this way, but I didn't do that on my first turn. Said what had happened was I went this way, and it was good that it worked out that way.
What's in here?
Good question. Nothing.
Open up.
Nice. Lockpicking tool. A loot? Ooh. I'm not proficient. Counts as like some kind of weapon. I'll take it. Locked. Eh. Give it a shot. Won't mess with the timeline all that much. Use.
With a flick of the wrist.
Okay. We have bonus of dexterity, sleight of hand proficiency, sleight of hand expertise. So that's 3, 4, 5. It's guaranteed. I got a total bonus of 7, and I can add a bonus because of our party member. I couldn't have failed before, and I certainly can't fail now. And because I didn't fail, I think I didn't use up, oh, I did use a thieves tool. Okay, it does count as used. No, unless there was one in there. I think I had to, and I still have two. Ooh, helmet. Ooh, piece of candy. And it sounds, helmet sounds useful, but I kinda don't feel like. Man, what do I care? Aesthetics be damned. My character just looks so dorky now. Oh, whatever. Give me some myrgrass and some belladonna, and I'm happy. You can craft your own potions. Gather ingredients to distill into extracts and experiment to brew a wondrous solution. Okay. You know what? I just want to take this off right now until our next encounter. I don't need it. Not right this minute.
Let's get going.
Fair enough. Yes, I do see the person here. In fact, I walked up to him and met him for the first time.
Hurry! I've got one of those brain things cornered. There, in the grass. You can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the others?
Kill it yourself. Capable enough. I canonically said easily stand back. I feel like saying kill it yourself this time, but following the rules of redo. As illustrated in my PowerPoint.
Can you see it?
Oh. Yeah, feel that save every time.
Not a sound. Not if you want to keep that darling neck of yours. And you, keep your distance. No need for this to get messy.
I need him alive. Stow that blade, or I'll show you just how messy things can get.
Now,
Promises, promises.
it's hard to see. I have my mouse on his neck.
Now,
If his fangs weren't a big giveaway, I thought they were just like a variant of being a dark elf, but he has 2 bite marks on his neck. And when he says my pretty little neck, I thought he was just being a creep, but having played this again, I noticed these details I didn't the first time. So I didn't play along, and as you might have noticed, I just saved the game. What I did was the melee attack, which is going to be a roll. I'm at a disadvantage because of strength, but I do have proficiency. So I may not be getting +2, but I will be getting +1. I have to get higher than 14, though. That's pretty high, which is why I saved. If I don't get this, I'm going to cheese the save, because in our first playthrough, we succeeded. And we're good.
you son of a...
Nephew Astraeon, or whatever your name is.
Your mind twists. You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. The light, the fear.
What was that? What's going on? The worm. Of course. That explains things somewhat. And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies.
Oops. Glad to see we're caught up now. Apology accepted. I might have done the same. No.
Indeed we are. Please, allow me to introduce myself. My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me.
Introduce yourself.
A pleasure. So,
I'm Mange. I'm a live streamer.
do you know anything about these worms?
Follow me at Mange Plays Live. Do I know anything about these worms? Yes. I have found out that they will turn us into mind flayers, for
Turn us
one.
into... Of course it'll turn me into a monster. What else did I expect? Although, it hasn't happened yet. If we can find an expert, someone that can control these things, there might still be time.
Control it. We need to get rid of it, dude.
Well, yes, of course. But first things first.
I need to get moving. Wasting up the time. But you can shelter my camp. So, his abilities are a little redundant compared to mine. I mean, we're both kind of like in the stealth class. But it is just 2 of us right now, and 3 is better than 2. So, travel with me, dude.
I was ready to go this alone. But maybe sticking with the herd isn't such a bad idea. And you seem like a useful person to know. All
You got that right, dude.
I accept. Lead on.
All right. Let's get to it. About to get real.
There. A mind flayer. And it's hurt.
That thing's bound to be dangerous, even if injured.
Yeah, I'm spamming the save. We talked about that. Of course I'm going to be spamming this thing.
You approach the dying monster. This is the thing that abducted you. You could end its life here and now, if only you didn't feel compassion. Compassion.
Given to the emotion now. Step away. No, you should be furious, shouldn't you? I pretty much like chose the immediate, like I just try to break off contact. I
You can't
stepped
move,
away.
can't think. Thinking is mercifully done for you. It will be a joy to serve, to die for it an honor. It's possessing your mind, forcing you to love it, but then the feeling slips. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere.
Of course, breaking away wasn't an option. Take advantage of the lapse and break free. I am a bit of an opportunist, and I decided to go with intelligence, knowing that maybe it could be honeypotting, but I'm trying to go with what I did. Stack the deck any way I can. Get my party bonus in there. 3. Yep. But you know what? This is the rules of redo, and what we're going to do is redo. If anybody's just joining the stream, the rules of redo are arbitrary rules that I made up when I played a game and I had to replay it because of technical live streaming or recording issues. I try to make the same choices and have the same outcomes that I had the first time. This shouldn't take long though. I can skip.
Compassion. You could, it will be but then the feeling slips. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere. Your minds fuse, lusting for something that is gone. But then its grip claws back with a vengeance, a vice locking your mind into obedience. It needs sustenance to survive, and with your very body, you can provide.
Submit to the feeling. Lean in for a kiss. Wisdom. Resist the intrusion with everything you have. I don't need that much. Guidance is already applied. Oh. Nice.
The monster lies exhausted, defeated. Its eyes, wet orange pearls, radiate malice.
Now, I made the choice to close its eyes forever instead of walking away and letting it die slowly because I wasn't sure how long that would take, and I just wanted to take whatever loot it had on it. And we are trying to follow the first playthrough as close as we can, so let's take care of this. There we go. Give me the loot.
Death is too good for it.
I don't have to spend too much time in here. Memory serves. That was most of the encounter. I can go this way, but this way, so I can get the
Light on my feet.
stuff from the goblin bodies.
Dead goblins over there. Worth checking for supplies, maybe.
Maybe. A bone. Light pack. Now that's handy. Goblin bow. All stuff I can sell.
What's going on with that room? Looks unstable somehow.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna save during this. I was very cautious of this, and trust me, as we go further and we get past the point where we're no longer trying to replicate my first playthrough, the first 6 hours that I got to play, I do err on the side of caution. But I did, just to see what would happen, interacted with this sigil that seems to be doing some very funky things. And the outcome was acceptable, and therefore I kept it as part of my playthrough, so that's what we're going to do this time. I think I'm going to save during the interaction, though, because there's a check I need to make sure I pass.
Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning. It looks slightly dangerous.
But it does. Touch it. Nothing bad can happen.
A hand? Anyone?
A hand? Who are you?
Just your average traveler stuck between realms. Pull me out, and we'll get properly introduced.
Grab the... Let's see. With a keen and calculated twist, you attempt to sabotage the sigil. I did not do that. Instead, I was nice, and I attempted to grab the hand and pull. I have a negative... I have a negative check to strength. But we'll try to offset that with guidance, because at the very least, guidance will give us 1, which will offset the disadvantage. 7 to pass. Let's give it a roll. 5. What does guidance give us? We fail. This isn't the end. I should have saved too. I think I did. But don't worry.
Harder! Come on, put your back into it!
Pull again as hard as you can. Now it's a little higher this time. But we passed.
That's it! Go on!
See, in tabletop games, the DM might give you second chances like that just because they really think you should do it, but they will allow you to fail too. Which is why I like this game. It's like, the narrative is like, oh, you got a second chance, but if you fail...
I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. Usually better at this.
So the first Baldur's Gate, which I'm used to playing, you can roll in a party 6 deep. What I've discovered in Baldur's Gate 3, they only let you roll 4 deep, which kind of sucks. I'd like to have 6 people in my party, but if any more people that we find or invite in our party, we're going to have to start sending people to camp, which is a whole other thing that we'll have to go over. Let's see. No need to apologize. Are you all right?
A bit shocked, but friend, it's a relief and a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the Nautiloid as well.
The Nautiloid. Yes, I was. Never mind. Draw your weapon. Yeah, I was.
And I can only assume you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region.
Go on. Could have phrased it more repellent myself. That's hardly any business. Go on.
The insertee we speak of, this parasite, are you aware that after a period of excruciating gestation, it will turn us into mind flayers? It's a process known as ceramorphosis, and let me assure you, it is to be avoided. You don't happen to be a cleric by any chance, do you? A doctor? Surgeon? Uncannily adroit with a knitting needle?
You seem to know enough about our condition to realize it's beyond most clerics' skills.
Most, no doubt, but I find myself hoping to be in the presence of the few. You don't happen to be one of them.
Negative. Rogue. I'm no stranger to high-stake extractions, but these tadpoles are beyond even my light fingers. No. I was going to ask you the same question.
And it looks like we're both starved for answers. We're most certainly going to need a healer, and soon, too. How about we lend each other a helping hand once more and look for a healer together?
Sounds like a plan, Stan.
Most excellent. A parasite shared is a parasite halved, or something to that effect. Oh, but before you think you're about to embark on a journey with most ill-mannered a man, thank you for pulling me out of that stone. It was an act of foresighted kindness, I assure you. I have the feeling ample opportunities will present themselves for me to return the favor.
Cool. And it seems to be functioning normal now, so that's good. Excellent. So, alright. That's where we came from. That goes back down to the ship. We can go this way.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Not really. Particular, I'm holding. So that is kind of the way we need to go, but that is not what we did. We came over here first and caused some havoc. So we will hit the save because this is what had happened. And we will interrupt this conversation. Now, I have a bonus to intimidation. I was able to intimidate this party into leaving because
I'm telling you, it's a ship.
they were willing to put up a
And
fight.
the crypt can wait. Mari and Barton have been trying to break in for days. Now we stop. Got ourselves competition already. That's our ship.
Now, not really in character, but I know when I'm being threatened, sometimes I have to play my cards. My character does have a bonus to intimidation, so that means they have experience in it. And just because I am nice to other people doesn't necessarily mean I don't know how to pull the card when I need to play it. So, intimidation. Simple 10 is all required. Guidance is automatically implied, plus my intimidation proficiency. Guaranteeing at least a minimum of 3, up to 6. Let's roll the die. Ooh, Failed. No. So we load. Load save. Okay, get back to it.
You're both twice as tall as me, but I'm half. But and got ourselves competition already. That's our ship.
There we go. GTFO. The heck out of here.
Well, in that case, come on, you lot. No point in getting killed. Second worm gets the cheese.
Both Gale and Shadowheart are proved too.
Second mouse gets the cheese. No?
Nobody's getting any damn cheese. Now move it.
Right there, Willow.
You're
Okay,
running
so
around. I thought we had a fight on our hands.
the keen observer might see here this suspended foundation block above this clearly damaged and cracked stone. The solution: shoot it with an arrow. Yes, this is true. This will work. Is this advantageous? No, and I'll tell you why. Cracking the floor and jumping down there will autosave in front of a bunch of enemies that will ambush me.
Something good here, I hope.
But you can get the jump on the enemies somewhat. Sorry, just looking for. If you go this way, pass a check. But we're not going to take on those enemies because they are beyond our level at the moment anyway. We're just going to take some camp supplies and also raid everything of value because I did figure this out. Because I died a lot and had to reload and come back and do this. So this is why this is a canonical decision. Performance, yeah. No. Deception. Gimblock triggered some trap. He needs help now. I have proficiency for deception. Oh, I should have added my bonus. Whatever.
Oh, I told him it wasn't safe out there. Get inside and I'll rustle up some bandages.
Yep, can do. And this is where shit hits the fan. Not really. But this is what we are going to do. I have this. I'm going to do the first attack. 65. 65. Both attacks have the same chance. And he's surprised. He's at a disadvantage. So, surprised that was a miss. $42. He's disadvantaged. 42.
I'm ready.
Yep, not long for this world.
For the ages.
I just don't want him running and screaming. Wow, critical miss. $16, that's shocked he's still standing. Nope. Yeah, he was gonna run to open the door. Don't bleed. What are you doing, Estron? Estron. He's got a bandit's key. Leather armor. Really no armor so far I can take that of any benefit of me. Okay, so I'm gonna have the group toggle hide. And what we're gonna do, if I go through this door, I'm gonna encounter enemies that I would have encountered if I had dropped that weight through that hole, and we're not gonna deal with that. Instead, we're just gonna freaking raid everything of value in this room.
Wish I had a bag of holding.
Wish I had a bag of holding too. What a valuable item to have. So, if you ever played the game Thief, it pays to just basically lift everything. That isn't nailed down. Trust me, this is all supplies for my camp, silverware and plates, all stuff I can sell. I've got the inventory room.
It's been centuries since any prayers disturbed it.
Cutting
Who are
boards.
those prayers for? Normally the patron god is obvious. Not here.
I mean, this is just my inventory I'm filling up. Never mind every member of my party. I have to climb a chair to get up there. There's that plate. That cutting board. Hold on. So there should be a lot of literature. Okay. We're coming up on that. Stack of books. Curse of the Vampire. 2 copies, huh? That gives me a little bit insight upon our vampire friend, but not really a lot. I read it. I'm not going to bother reading it again. The Unclaimed. The sturdily bound story of a cleric whose soul was never claimed by the city of judgment. That might give my character some insight, because there will be some questions about resurrection later that come up in a speech check. So if I read it, I'm wondering if I'll have different dialogue options. So let's see. In life, her service had been impeccable. Daily did she devote herself to the Lady of Loss. Daily did she free herself from the tyranny of memory. All in time was lost to her. Her relationships, her preferences, even her own name. Upon the altar of her devotion placed the ultimate offering, her emptied mind. And when she died, she awoke in death and found herself standing in the pale and faded city of the judgment. She waited for the Lady of Loss to retrieve her. 1,000,000 souls and more passed her in colorless gusts, but no hand materialized in her hand. No voice whispered instructions in her ear. No guidance proffered itself from the bleached and barren sky. Time, immaterial time, passed around her like air, coming and going, and still the goddess did not come for her devotee. Kelmvor pitied her as much as the Lord of the Dead is able, but could not intervene. This cleric of the Lady of Loss, unclaimed by her worthiness, might yet have one more lesson to learn, that not of forgetting, but being forgotten. Oof. Oh. First the Vampire, Unclaimed. Whatever, just copies to sell, really. These are different books than I think I've gotten. Pretty much did my round. 4.
Here goes nothing.
I mean, we're not in combat. I can reach whatever destination I want. Cool. Alright, we don't have to sneak anymore. Ooh. But some of us have the opportunity to level up. That nice. I'm surprised my cleric doesn't. She's probably next. Okay, level up. Oh, you know what? My cleric leveled up before I did. I leveled her up and I didn't bother to level myself up. Health increase, actions, nice. Cunning action, hide, dash, and disengage, which is when I had spoken about being in striking range of an enemy and then turning around, or at least like walking past them. However you expose your back to them, they have an opportunity to attack you. Disengage actually lets you retreat safely without being hit. That is very useful. Yeah, I'm all for it. Except. Okay, you need what? So basically everything that happened to me. And yell. Now Gale has definitely some perk increases. He specializes in evoking benefits. He has an increase in health, spell slot unlocked, some subclass features, and he gained 2 spells. So I have choices pending. As seen here, spells. I have to pick to choose the spells you know from the list below. Spells require spell slots to cast. So, Chromatic Orb and... Is it 7 temporary hit points? That's pretty handy, but I think I usually pick Shield. Using my armor class. And taking no damage from magic missiles. Sometimes you need to specialize. I prefer generalizing for everybody, but if I remember this game, sometimes you generalize too much and then you come across like a party of mages and you get your ass handed to you. At least that's how I remember it in the first Baldur's Gate. Okay, so time to progress the story. No, actually, take that back. I took this avenue of approach last time because I happened to stumble upon them with their back turned. And right. Up. Save.
It's dangerous. Of course it's dangerous. One of them carved up Zor's whole squad.
So let's leave it.
And let the goblins have it.
Oh wow, I actually just lucked out and not. So this field of red would have revealed me to these people.
On my way.
Oof.
Take you. On my way.
Gone with the weave. Good move.
Situational actions. You have unlocked an action as the result of another ability, feature, or condition. It will remain at the side of your hotbar until those conditions expire. Let's see. Flee combat. Enemy too close. Shift in space. You can flee combat and go to camp. Why would I? That guy's not that much. Oh, and they accidentally broke her cage, so now she's on the loose. Really? Gaping wounds? Damn, son.
Take you.
There you go. Lozelle. End the day. Okay, let's talk.
Very well.
The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche. You will join me.
Do they?
Careful. She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage.
I don't know. She's been pretty Shadowheart. She's been pretty badass up until this point. But then again, I mean, you probably have your reasons too. I'm not gonna doubt your wisdom. All right, we go together. Go our separate ways. What exactly is a fish?
It is many things. A hatchery, a training grounds, a shelter.
Hatchery.
Githyanki protocol
All
is
right,
clear.
I'm out.
When infected with a Gaith tadpole, we must report to Augusto for purification.
Does that mean like you have like a cloaca? You're hatching. Well, let's journey together.
You are full up. Dismiss your weakest warrior.
Say less.
So, we've picked up a wizard who managed to get stuck in his own portal. Hardly a promising introduction.
We also picked up a rogue who's a shittier rogue than myself. So you can sit at the camp for a while.
Darling, I'm hurt. I thought we had something special.
No.
Well, you know where to find me.
Has the error of your ways become clear?
I need your strength.
You have made an ally from Kresh Kalir. Few know such fortune. Call me Lae'zel.
Sorry, Shadow.
I'll trust your judgment, but I won't trust her. Not until I've gotten the measure of her.
You have a sharp tongue, elf. Would that your mind proved its equal.
Half elf. I suppose the finer details are lost on a creature like you.
Half elf.
The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A creche must be near. We will ask this Zoru where he has seen my kin.
That's interesting. So obviously, like, it's a little controversial, but The Witcher is on Netflix, and they have half elves. And if you ever read the books, I have not. I haven't just played the games. I've actually read every Witcher book. They have half elves. There's like people that have like elf in their lineage, but they're not really elf. You have like quarter elves. Dungeons and Dragons is very popular as a tabletop game for having like mixed race characters. I mean, I'm also kind of a fan of Blood Rain, but Dampier, like half vampire, half mortal, or like a mixed race you can have. Half elf, you can be like an elf orc mix. I mean, like really, your imagination's the sky. But if I'm not mistaken, the Dungeons and Dragons manuals are printed, or I mean, it's all licensed by Hasbro, if I'm not mistaken. Which they're they're not close, but they are within my ability to drive to Hasbro. They, because of some kind of, and I feel it's a little misguided, but because of some current politics that relate to the sensitivity of race, have excluded, going forward, they're excluding half or mixed races from their game guides. Some of you might say, like, that sounds counterintuitive. Well, I mean, that's their choice, and yeah, there are some decisions in some of like this new era of correctness that make choices that don't necessarily, I don't know, make sense on the surface, and they don't want to do mixed races in tabletop gaming, at least the official Dungeons and Dragons anyway, which is a little beyond me, because personally, when it comes to tabletop games, I like doing Dampier, like half vampiric, half mortal, which falls under that qualification. But I'm not, I mean, like, in The Witcher, they clearly demonstrate the struggle of, like, being, like, a half elf or a quarter elf. It makes for magnificent storytelling. Like, there's a struggle. There's intolerance, there's hate, there's overcoming all of that. There's succumbing to it too. I mean, like, that is theater, that is art, that is dynamic storytelling, and those are all things that are possible in a tabletop game. And I have no idea why, you know, Hasbro would be motivated to do that. But without limiting my audience, I'm gonna just continue where we should be going in this game. I did not pursue this path in this direction. I know that. What I did was I took a hard right because the map was somewhat illuminated in that direction. It seemed like there were things, items, and such that I could accumulate. So, oh, let's see, that is Chapel. So no, we're not going that way. I guess we are going somewhat north.
These boots have seen everything.
I hear shouting up ahead.
We should check it out, but be careful.
Okay, alright, this is where we get wrapped up in this. Not a problem. I think we're doing this much faster than the first time I played the game. And with my experience, hopefully we'll be able to get through this interaction quickly.
Open the bloody gate! Nobody gets in! Zevlor's orders! That pack of goblins will be on us any second!
What's going on?
Goblins are on our tail! Open the gate, Zevlor, now!
You let goblins here? Where is the druid?
Please! There's no time!
Tieflings, man. If you're confused, we were fighting things that look like these at the beginning of the game. These are tieflings. They don't have wings. They have the horns. I really like red skin with, you know, different color variants. Tieflings have some relationship to demons in hell, but they're really more like a mortal race.
Damnable roach.
Ah, end of the hour.
Provoke the blade. Then suffer its sting.
Oh my god, it's Pedro Pascal. No, it's not. But, alright, so I'm up first. It would behoove me to get a height advantage for my arrows. Get as close as I can. And then end my turn. Demoralize, yes. Oh no, it's a rally call. I'm gonna try to protect these guys as best I can. They seem to be okay on their own. Oh! Drink potion. And then, get as close as you can, I guess, to this one.
Moving.
Probably can't go that far because I used the action to drink a potion.
Sickle and sword, strike them down.
Damn, dude. Who can I attack? Enough. Enough. Not enough. Well, we'll get our people close to the battlefield.
Let me recite their demise.
What's the range of my spells? Create a spectral hand that can manipulate. What do you mean not enough? And how close do I have to get? Oh, okay. I'll take it. Nice. I probably could. I had more movement. Should have took advantage of that. Whatever. Darn tootin'. Oh, where you going? Miss. That's what I am talking about.
Got to move.
Damn, dude.
On the move.
My melee characters are really useless.
Certainly.
Wow. Fair enough. Oof. Oh yeah? There we go. Now we can start making a difference. Really? That would have worked.
You bow, or you break.
The witching hour.
42. I'm at a disadvantage, huh? Wow. Okay. Yep, dip a weapon. There we go. Jeez. Okay. Oof. Oh no. Oh no. Barth. You should have lived. Did I resurrect the dead? An inanimate entity. Oh no. Guidance. No. Wow. Okay.
I don't fancy their chances.
That was the last of them.
That took a
Inside,
while.
all of you, more may follow. Open the gate.
Good.
Oh, I forgot to explore the caves. Oh, we're missing a thing. Okay, hold on. Oh, shucks, guys. Hold on, before we go... I mean, I'm glad we did this. Anybody badly hurt? No. If anything, we just got a lot of experience. Ooh, action surge. Immediately gain an extra action, uses turn. I like that. I will take that, thank you. Okay, so we need to backtrack a little bit if we're keeping, excuse me, with the things that went on the last time I played. Let my characters do their pathfinding. That's fast. Survival film?
What's that?
I need a shovel to dig this up.
Well, we don't have a shovel, but we might by the time we're done with this. So, put a pin in it. Alrighty. Skeleton here. Save because I managed to pick this lock successfully. Don't want to burn up my lock picks. Not have any in order to accomplish the task.
I wonder what's past this.
Okay, we definitely... Oh, but it's a difficulty of 20. Yeah. There we go. And down we go. So we will notice that there are a lot of corpses not doing much of anything.
Armed scribes. No sign of a struggle.
No,
I wonder
particular...
what was so subversive about their words that they commanded protection.
Burning hands, that's a good roll.
Something good here, I hope.
Look at that. Jurgle, the scribe of the dead. This chapel must be ancient.
Here goes nothing.
You're carrying too much, I'm encumbered, huh? Okay.
The inscription is in a language unknown to you.
Inventory. Let's see. Wow, I've had a weight problem. Okay. Okay. Well, there we go. Now I'm not so encumbered.
Direct me.
Yep, you have the things I gave you. Okay.
No time to rest. Breathe deep and move.
Now the dead bodies aren't so happy.
Hells. Something just woke up down here.
Let them come. The darkness can be to our advantage.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to activate freaking stealth for everybody.
Breathe quiet, move with care. Can't slow down.
Got to keep fighting. Unnoticed. Good. Got to press on.
Victory awaits. I will hunt from the shadows. Taking position.
All right, so it's popping off. Excuse me. Good bit of damage. Oh yeah? Silence? Well, lucky for me. Yes, I remember this. Lingering on these NPCs for no reason. The programming error. Oh good, I'm glad you dashed. Reason. Okay, who am I? I'm me.
Need to stay focused.
Let's see. Should be like shove, dip. It has like the turn undead spell. At least you should.
Victory awaits.
Oh, that's Gale. Yeah.
Taking position.
Oh yeah. Really, it's like outside of range, huh? Okay.
Swiftly now.
Cones of silence. There you go. Oh yeah? Yell's the only one that's worse for it right now. Oh. Okay. That didn't work out. Oop.
Let's end this.
Can't cast spells. Silence. Dead.
Onward.
Why is the spell still in effect over here? Oh. Well, I'm dumb. Not enough movement. Okay.
No time to waste.
Oh yeah? 30%, huh? $35. Boy. So Gale could probably use a potion. I took these guys out with stealth last time. Please, give me a hit, you know?
My faith will protect me.
There we go.
On the move.
Time to strike. You bow or you break.
I speak, they burn. Rook to Queen 6.
Critical miss. My butt. Oh yeah? Okay. So sick of missing every freaking attack. There we go. About time.
At the ready.
Can't give up.
Why are you still glowing?
On my way.
Hey, I tried.
I will ascend. I will not know failure.
Allow me to demonstrate.
85% chance of hitting and it failed. I feel like the game doesn't know what 85%
They didn't want to surrender their
of 100
valuables,
mean.
even after death.
Okay.
Fools. Rising from the dead just to protect some dusty old baubles.
Somehow they have more than when I looted them the first time. They have more gold that they managed to acquire.
Let's have a look. Moving ahead. A lot of effort to hide one sarcophagus.
Amulet of Lost Voices. Speak with dead. Alrighty. So I kind of lucked out in this interaction. I didn't really know much to say. Other than like death is kind of like the great equalizer of everything. I mean, I've heard that in literature and in media enough times to think that maybe that's the right answer to go to. And again, this is a game that will honeypot you into picking answers that seem obvious, but seem to work out for me. So that's what I'm going to go with in this conversation. Makes me hungry for jerky. I'm just kidding. The Mummy Returns.
So he has spoken, and so thou standest before me, right as always. What a curious way to awaken. Now, I have a question for thee. What is the worth of a single mortal's life?
Now I'm kind of wondering if like he's implying that there's more to me than meets the eye, like I'm some kind of reincarnation. And I'm not going by any kind of clues that I figured out by playing the game further, but just seeing this interaction again for a second time, I'm kind of wondering if that's what he was implying. But the questions, so he's just spoken. Peaceful undead, interesting. Why aren't you attacking me?
Because that would be senseless. Wilt thou answer my question?
I don't want you to attack. Yeah, ask away.
So, I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life?
No one life is worth more than any other. We are all equal. That depends on the person's deeds. Life's only value is as currency. Doesn't matter to me otherwise. Each life is an infinite value and merits sacrifice everything for. The only life that matters is mine. Depends on the mortal. I believe, even though they put it right at the top, I went with the first answer. We're all equal because the graveyard is, in the literary sense, the great equalizer of everybody. So,
In death, that is so. Very well. I am satisfied.
And that worked.
We have met, and I know thy face. We will see each other again at the proper time and place. Farewell. How long has it been?
I remember trying to follow this guy out. Oops. Okay, so we don't necessarily have to leave the same way that we came in. There's a little bit of exploration we can do, although it doesn't yield that much of a reward. Just mostly revealing a lot of traps. Okay, everybody, don't race to meet up with me. Excuse me. Did I give my
Salutations.
Action, not reaction.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Where are... I didn't use... Collected more than 2. I'm not out of lockpicks. I can't be. That is wild.
No time to dally.
Oh, I have the magic touch.
Indolence breeds madness.
Wild. I definitely remember having
Parchment and bone
Without
dust.
delay.
Still
A long
covered
road ahead.
all this time.
Best be on my way.
Alright, so now we can sort of go back. wanna visit camp before I wander into the tiefling town. I just want to get close to the tiefling town before I go to camp. Alrighty. So. M for map. And we want to go to camp. Camp. General tutorial. At your camp, you can take a long rest and fully heal your party. You can also manage party members, advance relationships with your companions, store items, and eventually change your character and recruit more followers. Well, I happen to know that camp happens in stages. Invasion plans for the Sword Coast. That is...
Let's see what this does.
Yeah, let's see what this does. This map of the Sword Coast sprawls from the deep forests of Ethir, the frigid spine of the world. Its topography, worn by ancient ink and concentrated between mortal hands. Hey, Withers! Fitting name.
We meet again, as predicted.
You're at my camp, dude. Good to see you, bro.
I shall be here in thy camp.
I know you were chill like that.
For whenever thou hast need of my services.
Yeah, for sure. Not to be rude, but like, what are you, dude?
There are many answers to that question. None are important.
Oh, okay. Good enough for me. Excuse me. Skeletons aren't supposed to be able to talk.
Correct.
Are you going to explain further?
No.
Alrighty. Well, what kind of services can a skeleton offer?
A mending of the threads between life and death.
Damn, bro.
Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more.
Damn, dude. I know you would chill like that. That's incredibly powerful magic. Why is it so easy for you?
Because it is my calling. There is little else to explain.
Well, that explanation works for me, dude. You mentioned the cost, though. What is it?
A matter of coin.
Oh, never mind. I'll just let him die. What if I don't have that kind of gold?
Then I shall wait here patiently until it is acquired.
Okay. So Withers. Dude's gonna like resurrect my party member. Sounds legit. Now I'm gonna talk to the vampire.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, what's to tell? I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious.
Oh, fair enough. Say less, dude. Bye.
All's well that ends not as bad
Somewhat.
as it could have.
Lazelle?
Chatter already? Tusky.
Hey, don't. There are children present. You look so unusual. You think you're rare in these parts.
I expect I am your first.
Well, I mean, lay eggs. I know of Githing, but I've never met one.
Of course you haven't. They would have cut you from navel to neck. You are no less alien to me than
Damn.
I am to you. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them.
Very
That
demonstrative.
large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
Damn, well, you know what they say about large fleshy noses. As if your upright turned bat snouts any better. Thanks for noticing. Be silent. Come on now. Wasn't that large? Really? Thanks for noticing.
It was an observation, not a compliment. No
Yeah,
matter.
I know.
I do not intend to stay long in this place.
You know what an observation is? An obsession. You know much about mind flayers.
I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to
Damn.
the point, I know
Throwing
the
shade.
cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a creche. You do well to observe more and question
Excuse me.
less.
Yes, we've been over the crush thing already. You know what? Bye. This seems like the more party members you have, maybe like the more of the camp they'll hang out in. Nobody's in this area at the moment, but they might be. Gail. Yeah, I want to talk to Gail, actually.
You're not versed in magic, are you?
No, but I can like sneak up on you in the dark.
No matter to worry the unlettered over. If you meet any elder wizards, let me know. There is a matter I'd like to seek advice on from a master.
You got it, dude. That all you have to say, though?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about yourself, dude.
Let's see. I hail from Waterdeep, City of Splendors. I am a wizard of considerable acclaim and scholar of exceptional accomplishment.
I got a lot of blood in my face. Where'd that come from?
Weakness for a good glass of wine. And if the mood takes me, I'm known to try my hand at poetry. There.
Don't stop there. Either my landlord's cooking French toast or I'm having a seizure. Let's see, don't stop there. You must have stories to tell me about your adventures as an archmage.
Didn't that paint enough of a picture?
For real though. Wisdom. Try peering into his mind. If he won't open up, you'll sneak in. Actually. I think I failed last time, so we'll leave this up to chance. Total bonuses, 1 to wisdom. I cannot apply any other bonuses, and if I roll lower than a 15, then that's it. Come on, money. Ooh. Love it. 18, baby, let's go.
For a split second, you see a swirl of untamed magic. Then his defenses drop like a portcullis.
Out!
Oh, okay, Gal.
That was uncalled for.
Well, your plate. I'll give you that. I'll be polite back.
Not an eventuality I'm entirely unfamiliar with. Nevertheless, please don't try that again unless I invite you to.
Alrighty, bye-bye. Ball. Ooh, a ball. That might come in. That might come in handy. I don't know when, but it could. Okay, anybody else in camp? No. Alright. Just us. So, party's a little dinged up and we're gonna enter a new town. We don't mind getting our rest on. And we will end the day, which will also perpetuate some dialogue in the camp. There I am in my evening wear.
Still alive, so that's progress.
Yeah, you don't know the vampire's gonna be weird. Also, well, nobody here yet. Would be though.
So, not a tentacle to be seen.
You know, the thing that bothers me about this guy is that he's clearly a vampire, but the first time we interact with him is in broad daylight. And I think I remember vampire and vampire being like a mob in the first Baldur's Gate, like an enemy that you can attack. You like they were like, I don't know, maybe like the same tier as imps. They would always be like in dungeons, never in broad daylight. Excuse me. So it's weird to see this guy. I could say the same to you.
Indeed you could. We're all doing surprisingly well, given the circumstances. I'm not taking anything for granted, of course. First sign of change, and I'll have to stop that pretty little heart of yours. I am open to suggestions. Knives, poison, strangulation, whatever you'd prefer.
I prefer not to die, dude. Right, and I'll spill your guts.
Well, now you're just being close-minded. There are some lovely ways to go. I've watched urchins freeze to death in the street. It looks peaceful. just like falling asleep.
I'd rather have one of the others do it. I don't have to choose.
Then I suppose we'll just see what happens. Don't worry, darling. I like you. I'm sure I'll make the right choice.
I'm not trying to win his infections over, so I'm not quite too concerned whether he turn up.
Abominations grow
Damn,
inside us.
that is
our
skimpy.
bones should ache, our mouths should bleed, yet we thrive. It is madness. Keep your rest short. Time is not our ally.
Damn. I will give it to the people that have an issue with female armor in fantasy games. That is skimpy. It was skimpy to begin with, but that is what they are talking about when they talk about skimpy armor. Why are there two? Gale's mirror image. Gale, what are you up to, dude? You and mirror image. Dude, it's called a mirror. You can just use the one.
Be with you in a moment.
Neat trick. All that wizardry makes me uncomfortable. What are you doing?
Indulging in a spot of vanity. Handsome devil, aren't I? Be that as it may. Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of?
First and foremost, that damn tadpole. Till quite recently, nothing at all. If you're about to start a lecture, I'm not interested.
Spot on. Day 1, fever and memory loss. Day 2, hallucinations and graying skin. Day 3, hair loss and blood leaking from all orifices. Need to go on? Day 4, excruciating pain as the skeleton and organs reform and reposition. Day 5, the host personality has disappeared. Fingers and toes and limbs elongate. I take it you get the picture?
No. I do, but you might as well finish the picture.
Day 6, the flesh around the mouth splits to make way for tentacles. Day 7, a mind flayer is born. This is the annotated version, of course.
We should be having fevers by now. Graying skin even.
Spot on again. Our orifices remain blissfully unblooded, our heads remain clear, and our blood temperature normal. Any expert will agree this is abnormal. That, alas, is where my knowledge fails me. A rogue might call it luck, a priest might call it fate. As for myself, I'm a pragmatic. I see the silence before the storm. Something to sleep on. We should get some rest.
True that. Okay. Oh, no, we've already spoken. Oh no, fine. Oh, yeah, Shadowheart. I haven't even talked to her. I didn't even talk to her before we decided to lay down.
I could have helped, but didn't. Anyway, I feel the same. Other than the occasional mental exchange, it's almost as if we're not infected. The voice on the ship told me I'd become a beautiful weapon. What do you think it meant?
I don't know. anything's possible, but we still need to find a healer. Sounds like it had plans for us. Who knows? Could have been hallucinations. Maybe it's the compliment.
Whatever they were, those plans were interrupted by the dragons. Either way, we can't take the lack of symptoms for granted. We have to find a healer. Well, I've said my piece. Get some rest.
I mean, for sure. It's about that time, though. Let us, So, this is where clicking on a lot of things and just taking them comes into handy. If we're going to achieve a long rest and all the benefits that go along with it, like healing and such, we need to supply our camp with the ingredients we have, and we need a value of 40 when all of the food-oriented ingredients have values. See, there's no kind of, well, there's an auto select, but I can try to eliminate the lowest here, the lowest value, so like that has 1, 3, 2, just to get it out of my inventory. We're trying to get a total of 20 here. 3. 7's pretty good. 3. Almost there. 3. 5. 5. Whatever. Sure, I could like remove one of the ingredients that had a value of 1. What are you sneaking off to do? Hold on. Vampire and a camp. Feeding, no doubt.
What do you need now?
Yeah, what were you doing last night? While we were all sleeping. Standing yourself. Okay.
I don't need any attention right now. On my way.
More goblins! You led them to our door! And you was ready to attack.
Feel like we're being watched.
Oh, no.
Glad you made it inside. Doubt we'll be safe here for long, though. There'll be more coming. Goblins hunt in packs.
You could hold off a horde of goblins from this position.
Maybe, but we're not fighters. If they broke through, it'd be a massacre. The sooner we leave for Baldur's Gate, the better.
How far are we from this?
If the road was clear, a 10 days walk maybe. But while the goblins are out there, it might as well be the other side of the world.
Fair enough. I also know that even though people have died and it's not my fault, if I touch their bodies, I get punished for it if people witness it.
We dig a hole and be done with him?
We could say a prayer. Have some respect. This really isn't the time to talk.
There's no body there.
Not now. Please.
There are children here, you fool!
We was running for our lives.
You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too. Unbelievable!
Where there's one goblin, there's 10. I'm leaving before this horde shows up. One fight just ended, and now you're picking another? Relax. A druid? Those goblins didn't take any prisoners. I've seen much bloodier battles. It's considered lucky. One fight just ended, and now you're picking up another. Relax. I remember picking that option.
The gate. Shut it, Horns! I'd be lying dead next to the goblins if you'd stalled any longer.
My duty is to this camp.
Oh, God forbid you risk your precious tail. But I shouldn't be surprised. Foulbloods ain't known for courage.
You see the tiefling's jaw clench. He's about to erupt.
Stand back and watch. Melee attack. Take a swing of the tiefling. Aim a blow at the human. Persuasion. More violence. Won't bring back those who stop and think. Okay. Funny, I failed this the first time last time too. But I did pass the re-roll. Fingers crossed, let's do it this time. There we go.
You're right. There's too much at stake.
Worried about your precious hides, the both of you.
Enough! Squabbling is pointless. The goblins have found us.
At least we agree on that.
More goblins could be on their way.
I'm more worried about this parasite
Fair
than a
enough.
few goblins. We need a healer.
Alright, folks. So, this is the redo of Baldur's Gate 3 take 3, I think. Oh, not mistaken. We ran into a lot of technical errors trying to play this game. If you're new to the channel, thank you for joining. I played Baldur's Gate 3, which is a relatively new release, for 6 hours. And the footage was unusable. The first time it was because of audio, but then the second and third time was because of some kind of frame rate drop. I did a bit of research and figured out how to resolve that. Everything looks good so far, and I'm pretty happy with the results. But it certainly takes a while, which is why the game has such a unique title. It's Baldur's Gate 3, Mange Plays Live, Redo, Take 3. In this take, we are invoking some self-imposed rules, if you're just tuning in, called the Rules of Redo, which are something that I came up with that are arbitrary and just relative to the channel. The first rule is that I can spam saves in order to maintain continuity of the original run, meaning I'm just trying to basically do all the decisions I made the first time when I played this in this playthrough, so that it's because I was satisfied with what I had chosen. 2, second rule. Opportune drops, bonuses that didn't occur in the original run are still fair game. So anything that I pick up that is like rare or different, like gives me an advantage that I didn't come across the first time, I'm not going to discard it just because. I will keep it. And the third rule, adhere to the original order of events exploration. That was something I was trying to do, and so far I've been doing pretty good. I just honestly forgot that I explored that dungeon and found that necromancer, which became an addition to my camp. Before I got here to the tieflings, I ended up having that tiefling battle first, but it really doesn't disrupt much. I mean, to the best of my memory and my ability, I was doing everything proper, and then I realized mistake, but it's not a big deal. So these are the rules of redo. I made them up for my channel. They're pretty arbitrary, but you know what? I'm trying to have fun and make up my own rules. So yeah, I was gonna do this much earlier in the afternoon, but for reasons I wasn't able to do that. 1:30 at night. Not too late, but I think we're gonna wrap it up now, only because I'm getting a little bit tired. So we'll wrap it up, and tomorrow should be Monday. I actually have tomorrow off. We'll pick up. I promise we'll do this again, and we'll have a good time. I actually promise you, now that we're here, this is just surface level. This whole like little gate and some woods, this is just the surface level of what we're scratching on at this location. This goes much deeper, and oh, excuse me. This goes much deeper than what meets the eye, and there's a lot here. There's some stuff that's relative to our quest. There are some people that we need to meet. There's a lot of interesting environments, and there is a lot to explore now that we passed this gate here. So with that being said, I will save the game, and we'll pick up tomorrow where we left off. Thank you for watching me tonight, guys. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. If you follow me, there are links to my Subscribe Star and my Patreon in the description of this video. If you're watching me on Facebook, I'm also on YouTube and Twitch. Follow me on those platforms. I'm also on BitChute and Rumble. If you're on those alternative platforms, if you can, follow me on there. It'll be a big help if you happen to find yourself on those platforms. If you're on YouTube right now and you go on Facebook while you're at work, look up my page, Mange Plays Live. You'll find me. Give me a follow. It's a big help. Vice versa. You just saw this video on Facebook and you're on YouTube or Twitch later. Follow me on those two platforms. So yeah, definitely. Thank you guys. Have a very wonderful evening, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. All right.